Well, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're enjoying your DEF CON so far. Pretty exciting news that we heard this morning at the keynote. For those who don't know me, I'm Philippe Lazzaroni. I'm the president of Direct Impact Solutions. We founded the company 23 years ago. We have a team of 32 employees. You probably saw some of us wearing this cool hockey jersey that identify us as a team from Canada. So the 42nd parallel north is an analogy because we operate from up north with the polar bears. So we have 32 employees, including 19 certified developers, and we operate from 5 different branch offices in Canada and in France. We are also a platinum member of the FileMaker Business Alliance, as well as an FBA trainer and reseller. We're also part of the Apple Consultant Network. In 2012, I was named Evangelist of the Year at the FileMaker Excellence Award ceremony, and that's mainly because I'm the main organizer for the FMQC user group in Montreal, and also because I'm a regular speaker at the FM conference in France. And it's my 4th time speaking here at DEF CON. I'm a bit nervous because French is my first language, so for me it's a challenge to present in English, especially on a track like this one, FileMaker in Action. I'm supposed to be inspiring to you guys, so I hope that what I'm going to show is inspiring. On a more personal note, I'm a huge baseball fan. Any baseball fan among you guys? Yeah? So you may have heard the rumor or the intention of maybe the Tampa Bay Rays splitting their home games with Montreal maybe next season. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but for us in Montreal, having half of a team is better than no team at all. So we'll see. We'll see how this unfolds in the future. Okay, let's start with the presentation. So I'm very excited. Today I'm going to share with you this compelling customer story about Eau Claire and Landry. They successfully completed their digital transformation with the FileMaker Workplace Innovation Platform, or should I say the Claris Workplace Innovation Platform. We will look at their initial situation, the work rut that they were in, and that led them to perform that digital transformation. We will then discuss the solution that we built for them, and also that had them switching their PCs to Mac and embracing the FileMaker platform along the way. And finally, we will discuss the benefits of that solution, which are quite interesting in terms of cost savings and improved processes. This is a business session, so it's not going to be technical at all, but still at the end, I will show you a quick video showing the solution. So let me begin to talk a little bit about the company. Eau Claire Landry is a Quebec-based company that was created in 1984. They specialize in the sale and installation of garage doors. They have an annual gross sales of $4.5 million, that's in Canadian dollar, and they hire 30 employees. So this is a field service company. They offer a complete range of services for garage doors. That includes the sale, of course, installation, preventive maintenance, and repair services. So I know that at first glance, it may look simple, but garage doors can be much more complicated than we think. In addition to the symbolic or social or even decorative function of doors, they can also have multiple kinds of doors, different materials. They also have pragmatic objectives like insulation, acoustic, and even waterproofing. They also have all kinds of mechanisms for opening and closing. So it can be much more complex than we think. And this is the entire field of expertise of Eau Claire Landry. And they needed a solution to handle all of that. And they have a fleet of 13 trucks to serve their commercial and residential customers. So the situation they were in that led them to build that custom app with FileMaker. Well, in the past, the technicians, they noted all their work on paper. And all these reports were transcribed manually to the main system, and when the technician returned to the office after the installations. It was a recollection of different paper files, deciphering of handwritten notes, also retyping and editing documents on the computers. In total, they could devote approximately 6 hours of their day transcribing all this information manually. The timesheets were received by the accounting department in paper format, and all of this had to be analyzed, and transcribed back in their payroll system. So this whole manual process wasted a considerable amount of time and was obviously the cause of data errors and duplication. They could no really longer devote themselves to their core business, and they were in a work rut. So obviously for them, the goal was to perform a digital transformation, go 100% paperless, and hopefully save money and improve efficiency. So to get out of that work rut, the company wanted to improve the processes, so they turned to FileMaker as a platform for their system for several years ago. And the digital transformation slowly took place over the years by small improvements here and there to their system. But it's just recently that they decided to go full digital. They completed their digital transformation by switching from PC to Mac. They completely changed all the hardware there. As part of the Apple Consultant Network, we introduced them to the local Apple store in Quebec City, and where they got all their hardware, including 12 new iPads. The goal was to leverage FileMaker Go capability for mobility. So the total hardware investment for them was in Apple products was about $35,000. It's FileMaker's strengths that have always been at the heart of their decision to choose FileMaker in the first place, to build that custom app for their needs. The flexibility that the platform provides as a rapid application development tool, and also the unmatched support for mobility with the FileMaker Go application. All of that were key factors for their decision to choose FileMaker and to stay with it over the years. It's the affordability overall of the platform that really made it appealing to them. So let's see where we were involved in that solution, what we did at Direct Impact. So we built them this mobile custom app, obviously with FileMaker, and it is now used by all the departments in the company: sales, the services, the accounting, and the management. It's not a big project. It did not really have a large scope. We were able to do it in a reasonable budget of about 200 hours. But the system was carefully designed with the user experience in mind. That's because the technicians there are from the construction industry, so to speak, and those people are not very technical. So we needed to come up with a simple interface, but efficient and elegant. So you'll see what it is. There's nothing fancy there, but it's very efficient. So just to give you an idea, it's a total of 30 hours that we spent to design the interface. That represents 15% of the overall development project cost. The mobile app that we built for them serves as a time management system, and it is used simultaneously by all their employees, the technicians that are on site at the customers, and the back office workers as well. The application significantly transformed the way that they used to work, that the technicians more specifically, when they are on the road. They can access the list of the pending orders directly on the iPad while on the move. They also, for each order, they have the customer address, obviously, and they can use the built-in capabilities of the iPad for the geolocalization and to generate the route to access the client locations. And also, they can enter new appointments directly in the application. They can see the upcoming app appointments. They see the work that was done, the work that has to be done. They can take pictures of the installed products. They also select the parts that are used, and they plan the next appointment as well. They create work orders directly on the iPad, and they sign it. They ask the client to sign it on site, and then they send it directly from the iPad by email in PDF to the customer. All of that from the mobile device. So obviously, a solution that goes 100% paperless and full digital like that brings numerous benefits. For them, that's the key. And that's I think it's the most interesting part of the presentation are the numbers. The return on investment is huge. So just the cost of printing the ink and the paper that they save with this custom app, it's approximately $70,000 per year. And when you think about it, they invested about $50,000 when you include the hardware and the development cost as the initial cost, but they save $70,000 per year. So it's going to be very fast that they that they get a huge return on their investment. Sorry about that. So I think this is a very good example of a small company that leverages FileMaker to really get a huge return. So also the manual process that's been eliminated also greatly reduced the risk of errors and at the same time contribute to a better collaboration and team productivity. In the past, the information that they were collecting on paper was often misplaced and lost, but now with everything centralized in the database, and at the same time replacing all the PCs by Macs, they can now gain more stability and more reliability for their data. And in the end, it provides better working conditions for their employees. The combined macOS, iOS, and FileMaker experience altogether that reduces the burden points for the employees, they facilitate remote working and also reduce travel time, and in the end, provide a better quality of life for the employees. So let's watch this short video that will show you the main part of the system. This is the iPad interface that I'm going to show. There is obviously a more complete back office portion of this solution that we're not showing today. We're focusing on just the iPad part that is used by the employees who run the installations. So let's start this. So the user, they land on an iPad interface. They have this little drawer on the left that shows the current sales order for the current date. The contact panel shows the Google Map representation of the customer. They can switch to the map application to reach the customer location. And then when it's done, they come back to the main application. There's a sales order panel that displays the order information that is retrieved from the back office server. It shows the products to install as well as the quantities for each of them. The work order panel is also where they can see the existing work orders and they can create a new one like we're doing now in the demo. The description of the work can either be typed in or used with the dictation software, voice dictation software. There's a parts section where they can enter the different parts that are required for the requested work. They select from elegant and convenient drop-down lists. As you can see, the different UI elements in this solution reproduce kind of a similar iOS experience, but it's very simple because you have to keep in consideration that those people are construction guy with no technical skills. So we kind of keep it very, very slick for them so it's easy to understand and to manipulate. There's also the manpower section where they enter the timesheets for the employees who have worked on the different installations. They can also enter the travel distance and see the total time of work by all employees on a specific order. There's also this photo section. They can take pictures on site of the installation. Obviously, the pictures are taken with the device, but stored on the server, on the remote server, to share with the other coworkers. And when it's finished, they generate the work order. They have the customer sign and identify the customer. And once it's done, they send the work order directly to the customer by email. And obviously, the customer receives that email with the attached PDF with the embedded signature, as you can see here on the demo. So as you can see, this is not a complex solution. It's very simple, but it really demonstrates how FileMaker can be used in small businesses to achieve great results in terms of productivity. So before concluding this lightning talk, I would have loved to have Jean Desroches, the general manager of Eau Claire Landry, with us today to share his thoughts on this app that completely transformed his business. But he was kind enough to provide a short video, so we'll hear what Jean has to say about his custom app.
Hi, I'm Jean Desroches, General Manager at Eau Claire Landry here in Quebec City. Our company specializes in the sales and installation mostly of garage doors and pedestrian automatic doors. We've been using FileMaker now for almost 20 years. At this time, we were looking for a solution that could be adapted to our field service activities mostly. We decided to invest in the FileMaker platform due to its flexibility and keep on growing within the company's growing also. Using FileMaker has helped make our process more efficient. The use of paper now has been entirely eliminated within the whole company. Work orders are now scanned, changes to orders, comes back with customer records, faster to complete. Our team now has an up-to-date and real-time information. Very appreciated by the customers, by the way. We recently replaced our Windows PCs with all Apple iMacs. So that also gave us a good hand regarding all our FileMaker stuff and invoicing and the whole 9 yards. We've also invested in mobility with the acquisition of our iPads. All our techs, I have like 13 or 14 guys out there daily. They have all our technician has the iPad solution. So we got the geolocalization, the whole 9 yards, all integrated with our FileMaker app. We really feel that FileMaker app is the right tool for us and are looking forward to continue investing in our solution to support our company's growth. It's a good business plan. So thank you, everybody. Excuse my English. I'm a French guy from Quebec, so, and thank you.
So that was nice of him to contribute to this presentation. I hope you appreciated this little testimonial. So now would be the time for me to allow for questions. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I'm not sure if there's a microphone in the middle of the room for you guys to ask, but we're such a small room that you can just speak out loud. Just raise your hand and I'll allow questions. And if you don't have questions, it's okay as well, but we're here. We still have 3 minutes, I guess. I was told 20 minutes max, so we're about 3 minutes. So,
Google Map you use?
Yes?
Is there a better solution than Google seems to break their API or take their API often and always breaks the web viewer?
Yeah. So the question of Sir Mr. there is that Google has changed its API recently, and it requires that the customer has an account with the credit card on file, even though it may not be there may not be to have to pay for it, but you have to have an account, and some customers don't want to do that. For that specific integration there, we're not using the Google API per se. We're just using the built-in FileMaker call to Google in the web viewer, and it doesn't cause any problem. And if it would cause problem, we would just create an account and add the credit card. But there are some alternatives, though. I don't see François here, our chief of our FileMaker team, but he has worked on some demo. We have a booth here, and François is there, and he's probably have that demo. I don't remember the name of the alternative product that we are using for that, but I can come back and visit us at the booth, and I'll have the answer for you. Unless someone knows another alternative to Google Maps. I just can't remember the name. Okay, any other questions? No? Well, thank you for being here. This session will not have update. The slides that are published are as is. And please remember to fill out your evaluation form. Thank you very much.